Welcome to the Real Estate 401k Show. Here are your hosts, Ryan Gerdes, Mike Weinstein, and Justin Frederick, helping you build a legacy of wealth through real estate. Powered by the Recon Group at West USA and the Frederick team with Fairway Mortgage. NMLS number 625918.
Welcome back to the Real Estate 401k podcast. We're so glad that you're joining us alongside my hosts, Ryan Gerdes, Justin Frederick. My name is Mike Weinstein. Every once in a while, gentlemen, we just got to do a shout out. And I want to do a huge shout out to Brent Hensey, who's a loyal podcast listener. I don't think he's ever missed an episode. I don't know, but I get a call from him about once a week from one of our podcasts.
Don't forget about The Alley, too.
Oh, well, she's the brains behind that operation.
The Alley.
She's amazing. And so just a huge shout out to him. He listens all the time. And
we appreciate you,
yeah.
buddy.
And
Big
we
time.
we appreciate you. The biggest question is, what's wrong with you? Do you have no life?
Jesus.
When you
I'm sorry, Brent.
When you want to invest that much time and listen to us three blowholes opine on whatever we. Did I go into a dark place again?
I don't know,
This is
man.
Mike.
You can fuck up a free lunch.
That is not true. Like, of all the things, I do not mess up free meals.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I believe that.
So, guys, less than 12 months from now, this nation is going to go to the polls and vote for the next president of the United States, which means now we are in an election year officially. And I do want to premise this. If you are listening to this and you're looking to get a glimpse into our political leanings, that is not going to happen. We are not a political podcast, and
I don't want to be.
well, we're not smart enough. I mean, I would be if we were smart.
Well, Justin might be smart enough.
I don't know enough about that stuff.
I'm texting Sabrina right now.
I think-
On a scale of 1 to 10, how smart is your
I
husband?
think, I think
not
we're
the person
so
to
smart,
ask.
and that's why we're not doing it. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just like,
All right, I don't have to be said.
yeah.
But one of the things that we see from elections and election years of the real estate market changing and waiting and seeing what the results are, and history always leaves clues, and the closer that we get to the election next November, we're going to see some changes. So the election, Ryan, always brings some changes. There's some things always to look out for and things to be aware of.
So, first of all, one thing to know is I don't care if you're red, blue, Federalist,
Hold on,
Libertarian, or whatever.
Can we make a deal right now?
What's that?
Let's just, when I get the election ballot, I'll write in your name and you write in my name.
Deal.
Done.
You got at least one vote.
It's not the
Yeah.
See?
Justin's like, how come you wouldn't write my name in? Well, because of your
Q will
intelligence
write-
level.
Q-
Your intelligence level says do not write
Do not write
Justin's
my
name
name.
Yeah,
into
okay.
the ballot.
Yeah.
we don't want a smart person in
But
office.
moral of the story is that particularly it's not just an election year. When there's a possibility for a re-election, it gets super interesting because no matter what, they want to make voters happy.
Mm-hmm.
And because happy voters are predictable voters, right? And so we have this terrible memory, right? It doesn't matter who or what was in there. We could be upset about one thing, but if we're happy,
What's your name
the
again?
day of if we're happy the day that we're walking into that poll station, then they have manipulation, they have control over part of what your decision making is. And so that being said, we do generally see interest rates get better, we see gas prices go down, we see grocery go down, we see all these things happening where it's like, oh, this is fantastic. It's great to be American right now.
America.
Yeah, and I love the way things are going, so I'm going to vote this way. Or, it could be better, so I'm going to vote that way, or whatever. So with that in mind, we do see some good opportunity jumping forward. And then you have the naysayers, the people that are just angry. Oh, I'm going to move to Canada if this or that happens. Or no, I don't want to do this because, if this person gets in office, then then by golly, this world's going to, implode. So I'm not going to transact. And so it's those people and on either side that are going to determine who wins and who loses. So that's one thing to know when you are making a decision about whether or not you are going to invest in real estate, or if you're thinking about liquidating or whatever position that you're in. Know that there's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions and they're making a lot of very emotional decisions.
Thoughts, Justin?
I 100% agree with that, and I've seen it firsthand. Definitely, I feel like there's a lot of naysayers out there that definitely wait to see what happens with the election.
And your wife would say you're one of them.
No, definitely not one of them, because I like to
I'm
take
just
it.
picking on you right now.
I know you are, but
okay.
but.
I love you, man.
Yeah, I love you too. And I'm just trying to make a point here. There's a lot of opportunity a lot of times in these years to take advantage of those naysayers. Because what I've seen in the past is I've seen naysayers cash out and get rid of assets and just try to dump their assets as fast as they can because they think something's going to happen, and it take advantage of those situations and maybe get a house for undervalue, or the interest rates do tend to get really good at those times of year right before the election day. Now I've seen after the election actually occurs and we figure out who's going to be our next president, I've seen interest rates fly up 250 basis points the minute that it comes out. So there's that to think of too. You may want to not be in the middle of your transaction or floating an interest rate at those times, or maybe you do, but we don't have that crystal ball.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it drop when somebody's elected. I've seen it go up, or I've seen it stay steady.
All right, if you're looking for investment strategies, especially during the election cycle, or more importantly, just looking for investment strategies or home buying strategies or home selling strategies, go ahead and text POTUS.
Ha!
POTUS. 623-AZ Recon. Text the word POTUS to 623-AZ Recon.
I'm curious to see what actually comes through. all the autocorrect and all
If
that.
you can't spell POTUS, you're probably not an investor.
Well,
Wow.
I kid. I just know how to alienate an audience, right, real fast.
yeah, you're doing good.
He's a professional button pusher,
So
folks.
I have been doing this and like you guys, I've been doing this for a very long time. I think I'm in my 21st or 22nd year being a real estate agent, a real estate wealth manager. And so I have been through many election cycles, many election years. And I'm just calling bullshit on all of it. That is my advice to our listeners. The election process is all about sensationalism. It's all about trying to freak you out and to scare you.
Sling mud.
And at the end of the day, when you look back in history, there's generally, it's very common immediately following an election to see some sort of activity in the real estate industry, but it's never long term. 2 months later, a lot of times it's just the same that it was. And so I just don't when I'm investing in real estate, I'm strictly looking at the numbers, looking long term, and I'm not going to allow the dialogue to determine and affect my decision. Now, Ryan looks like he just pulled a hammy, so I'm
going to expound on what you're saying, because when it's not election time, everyone's either a philanthropist or a hardcore capitalist or whatever. But at the end of the day, when they're getting ready to go to the polls, they're all about themselves. Yeah. Not everybody, but the majority of people.
I am.
At least you're being realistic about it. But at the end of the day, most people will have a hard stance on this, why everything's going so great or everything's going so bad, right? But then when comes time to vote, they're going to do whatever they feel is going to affect them personally best, right?
Agreed.
They're like, okay, that sucks that happened over there on this side of the world, or that sucks that happened with that industry, but didn't affect me. So I'm going to check this box, right?
But I think that just plays into what we do as real estate wealth managers. Our focus, and that's the beauty of our team, and it's the beauty of our program, is you could be a long-term renter and looking at buying your very first house. You could be buying your second house. You can own 100 doors. Our strategy and our conversations don't change. We're here to help you build wealth in real estate, a legacy of wealth in real estate, a real estate portfolio. And that's really, with the elections, and again, it's not a matter whether I'm right or I'm left or in the middle or whatever the case is. It's simply of how is this election going to impact my long-term wealth and putting food on the table and leaving a legacy for my family. And that's what we help people understand and navigate. I'm not saying that the right's going to help you do it better or the left's going to help you do it better, but that's what you got to consider.
And I also think that no matter what, you have to take a step back and really take inventory of what's really going on. And if you are in the real estate industry, or if you're an investor or whatever, then you need to know that this is a business, and even if you're in the flipping game, it's still a long-term game. All right, you're going to have some months that are going to be amazing. You're going to have some months that are going to just suck, right? And you have to take all those, put them all together, and then say, all right, how is this going to perform, or how is this going to affect my business model? Because it doesn't change the fact that you're still going to be an investor. You're still going to be a buyer. You just have to pivot.
We need to do a whole podcast episode on that. The moment that you buy your first home, but especially when you tap yourself on the shoulder and say, I'm an investor, you are now the CEO of a company. So that's a little teaser for next week. I think we're going to do that.
I think it'd be fun. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, just like we've said it on here before, use your brain, not your emotion. Make your decisions based on
How does that go
logic.
when you say that to Sabrina?
No, it's perfect.
That's home life.
It's home life.
That business use
I'm
your
going to
brain.
try that on my wife. Hey, babe, I need you right now to use your brain, not your emotion.
Yeah.
But if you're one of those naysayers out there and you're scared, I've seen people put, take money out of stocks, things like that. But I'd much rather have something that I can see, put my hands on, real estate, that is, rather than stocks, because you can see a lot of shifting with stocks with elections as well.
Yeah.
But if I want to put my money in something that I can see, and over time, there's hills and valleys, but it always continues to go up. Just like my grandfather always said, you can't build more land.
Right. Mm-hmm. Unless a big giant asteroid hits the Earth.
Unless we take over Mars and
or
start
whatever the
colonizing
case
it.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you're looking for investment strategies and understanding how the election year is going to impact your real estate strategy, go ahead and text the word POTUS for President of the United States to 623-AZ-RECON. That's 623-AZ-RECON. Ryan, one of the things that we preach to all of our clients, to every single real estate wealth manager on our team, and you coined this phrase and this quote, and I use it almost on a daily basis. Money never disappears. It
just moves.
It just moves. So to me, it doesn't matter what happens in the election because opportunity always moves. And as an investor, as a home buyer, as a seller, you've got to recognize those opportunities.
And if you see a huge shift of the sky is falling, get ready to make a whole lot of money if you're using your brain. Yeah. Well, I've never seen more opportunity when things are going terrible, or the whole fabric of the United States political environment is getting turned upside down. That's when the people that are being really level-headed are just making a killing because they're looking where no one else is.
All right, Justin, I'm going to put you in the hot seat right now.
Let's do it.
Ryan and I are both running for President of the United States, who are you going to vote for?
I'm not voting for either one.
He's moving to Canada.
I'm selling all my stuff.
Because either way, it's not going to work out for you. All right, last question, guys. I'm going to definitely put both of you guys on the spot here. You wake up tomorrow, and you are now the President of the United States, and you get to write one executive order. What's it going to be?
I'm going to defer to you first, Justin.
I was going to do the same to you.
I said it first.
No.
I said it first.
I have no idea. No idea where I'd go with this. And I feel like I'd get political here, and I don't want to get political.
I'll tell you what my brother-in-law would say, and I think it's hilarious.
Speaking for a friend.
Yeah, I am speaking for a friend. He would give everyone one get-out-of-jail-free card. Every American gets one get-out-of-jail-free card. So
No matter what the offense?
no matter what the offense. So if you're going to go over there and screw somebody over, and they have that coupon, they could murder your ass and get away with it. Oh, here's my that would keep everyone in check. Are there holes in that theory? Yes. But you would think twice before you started screwing anyone over.
All right.
I'm going to just go with that one.
What a coward. What a coward.
Seriously.
Mine would be, and I feel like
Well, we didn't ask you what you're.
you don't ever have to. Listen, pal, when I walk into a room, I know that I'm the most important person in the room. I'm the most interesting guy in the room. I'm the only guy I really want to talk to, right? So I don't need your permission.
Uh-huh.
But I could fix a lot of the issues. And you know, one of the biggest issues facing this country is lawmakers are full-time and they got a lot of idle time on their hands. And when you're a full-time lawmaker, you've just got time to sit around and go, man, how can I screw with Americans? So I would say that the Senate and the House of Representatives are only in session for 2 to 3 months out of every year, so they only have time to take care of the crap that's really important.
Okay, I got something.
Oh, look at you, Justin.
Yeah.
Too late. All right, thank you for... No, go ahead.
I'd get rid of lobbyists.
Pork, yeah.
I'd get rid of lobbyists. I feel like that's...
I'd get rid of media.
I wouldn't get rid of lobbyists, but I would... That's another one. I would completely get rid of pork. Not bacon, you dumbass. I'm talking about, like, the Senate and the House of Representatives will take a look at a bill, and it's attached with pork. It's attached with pet projects here and there and there.
Yeah.
Every single proposal needs to stand on its own.
What about the Electoral College?
We're getting real deep here.
Yeah, we are.
We're getting real
are.
deep here. I mean, you guys have got my mind going crazy right now with other things.
I go both ways on that, Ryan, because one, I understand that it should just be down to a general population vote. Whoever gets the most votes wins. But I'm also one of those guys, I'm very hesitant to change the way that the frameworkers of this great nation design things. And once we start going back and changing the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, where does it stop?
Well, I just think it's taking away all the extra fat that's been put on the Bill of Rights over all these decades, right? So, I mean, that's two ways of looking at it.
But what I like about getting rid of the Electoral College, I think I've thought a lot about this, is you now, as a presidential candidate, you pretty much got to hit every single state because every vote counts. And I always thought about this. If I ran for president, and you're welcome, I'm not, but if I did run for president, I would hit every state, every single one of them, go campaign in every single state on your dime. I'm going to vacation for free. Oh, man, do we digress. Holy crap. So we apologize for what you just exposed yourself to, but we are a team of real estate wealth managers. Justin here is our expert when it comes down to mortgages and loan programs. We'd love to help you build your strategy, whether it's in an election cycle or not. The three of us, and one of the biggest proposition values that we bring to you as our listeners, the three of us are very active and avid investors in real estate and are still investing in real estate, and we can help you build that strategy. All you got to do is text the word POTUS, P-O-T-U-S, for the President of the United States. Go ahead and text that to 623-AZ-RECON. Again, text the word POTUS to 623-AZ-RECON.
Thank you for joining us on the Real Estate 401k Show. If you want more information on how to build wealth, click on the link or text us at 623-297-3266. That's 623-AZ-RECON.